So you're reading Facebook and all of a sudden this ad pops up for a free SVG bundle from designbundles.net. Who can pass up free designs? You go over, you take a look, you say, wow, I really want these, but have a question. Are they going to work with my silhouette? Give me a couple minutes, come on over, and I'll show you how to do it. Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me on my YouTube channel again. This is Susan with Blue Vinyl Stickers. Okay, I'm going to try to take the mystery out of this free SVG bundle from designbundles.net. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to surf on over to Design Bundles. And it should pop up with free designs. And so here is their free design bundles screen. And you're going to scroll down a little bit and find that free design bundle that everybody is talking about. And here it is. Now, I have already downloaded this, so just pretend I'm doing this. I click on free, and it brings up the main screen for that design bundle. And it does have 10 free designs in it. And these are the designs that are being offered for free. Okay, so you want to go ahead and click Get the Bundle Now. And what that'll do is it'll bring you up an offer for the day, and you can just add it to your cart or just click it away. And it will put this here in your checkout cart. Now I have an account, and so that's why it already looks like this. You'll go ahead and create an account, and it will go ahead and just put it in there for you. You'll go ahead and click Complete the Purchase. And since I've already done this, I'm going to go ahead and remove this from my cart because I don't need it. I'm going to go ahead and click on My Purchases. And here is the free volume. And it looks like I've downloaded it twice, but here we go. Here it is. And then I will say download files. You'll come over here and you will download on this, or click on this one. It will download your files. It will ask you where you want to put them, you know, what your normal download procedure is for your computer. So I've already done this, and I have already downloaded the files to my computer. And here they are right here. Now, you use whatever unzipping software you want. This is WinZip. I've used it for years and I find it reliable, so I do continue to use it. So I'm going to right mouse click, and I am going to unzip this folder. And I'm going to unzip it to a folder or unzip it to here. Now, I do know that this does have separate folders in it, so I don't need to create another folder to put folders in. It kind of gets redundant after a while, so just say unzip to here. And that should be an option for your computer or your unzipping utility, whichever one you use. So whenever you see a file like this that has a compression or it says zip, you do need to unzip it. It's kind of like a letter. You need to open that letter before you can use what is inside. And that's basically what a zipped is. Compresses it a little bit so it isn't as big when the files are transferred to you, groups them all in one place just to send them over the internet. So here's what we have is I unzipped it to here. So I'm going to open this, and you can see all these folders here. Now I have taken some of these already and placed them into my Silhouette software. So let's move my window out here and bring over my software real quick. And this is my software. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a new window because we don't need that anymore, and go to the library. And as I said, I have already started to add some folders here that correspond with these folders here. So I'm going to go ahead and just pick cake is always a good idea, because, you know, cake is always a good idea. So new folder, and it creates it down here. Cake is always a good idea, and then hit enter, and it will alphabetize it for you, and it will open the folder so it's blank over here. So all I have to do is to open the folder here, and I can look for the JPEG or the PNG, whichever one I want, and that will allow me to trace the designs, or they've already given it to me as an SVG. So all I'm going to do is just take that and just drag it over there. I don't need to copy and paste, I just drag it over there. Go ahead and close that Explorer window because I don't need it anymore, and then right mouse click and say open. It will open it in a fresh window. Let's get rid of that window and that window. And here is your design. Now, it is already centered in your screen for you. You really don't need to do anything with it. It is ready to go. And the way you can tell that it is ready to go, you right mouse click on it and it will give you all of these options. Release the compound path, make the compound path ungroup, things like that. If it is not a SVG and it is a JPEG, I'll show you what happens here. Okay, here is the other file, and I believe this one to be a JPEG. So if I right mouse click on it, it doesn't give me anything to do. This is just a picture file. It's not a cut file. An SVG file is an actual cut file. You can just send this right to your machine and it will actually cut it right now. So let's get rid of that one. And this one, you can, like I said, send it over there and you can cut it and it will cut it all in one color. What I do with these is I want to make this several different colors. So I will actually go ahead and print this. But I will have to print it the size of my printer. So I would have to make it probably 8.5 by 11. So I can just go ahead and make it a little bit smaller and come over here to my paper and make it local or current printer. And it will give you what size your printer or your paper is. I go with this way. The landscape is the long version, the portrait is the up and down, and I'll go ahead and print this, and that will give me a good idea as to what where the placement of everything is. So let's go back to where I had it before and make it the big screen, and I am actually going to cut this out as one file, and yes, everything will be one color. But the reason I do this is because it will actually scratch into the backing paper of the vinyl if you were going to do this in vinyl, and it will scratch it into the vinyl. So when I go to place the other colors, I know exactly where to place them and I really don't have to guess. So here's what we're going to do. So I'm going to write, now if you're going to do this in HTV where you're going to go ahead and iron this onto a shirt, you can place these anywhere you want because it doesn't stick to anything until you actually apply the heat. So I'm going to right mouse click, select it, right mouse click, and I am going to say ungroup. You don't need to release the compound path or anything, just say ungroup. Okay, and I am going to highlight and grab these guys and pull them out. Okay, and then I am going to highlight this and group it back together. Just because, and take it off to the side. Now, you've got all of these pieces over here that are all different pieces. So what I'll do, and since they're all ungrouped as you saw, I'm going to take the cherries and I'm going to put them up here. Let's turn back on our grid. And so I know I need a 2-inch by 2-inch piece of red for the cherries. Here is some brown for the frosting and the cake and the bottom of the cupcake. And I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them right here. And you can turn them if you need to, just to make them fit any better, because you're just going to peel them off. But make them so you can cut around them a little bit. Don't want to make it difficult on yourself. And so I will put a piece of brown that is 1, 2, 3, 4 by 2 next to this one. And then here is pink, and it's just a little itty bitty piece of pink. So your scraps are going to work wonderful on this. and it's going to be a 1x3 piece. And then here is, I would use a mint green on this one, and I would put the colors right here. And I would go ahead and cut the mint green. If you were saving, there you go. We can put a piece of mint green that is 1, 2, 3 by 2 on your cutting mat. Place them all there, and then say send. And look what happens. It's not going to cut anything here. I put line. It's still not going to cut anything here. So you can do one of two things. You can go back and you can color in the outside lines, or you can click where it says no color. There has to be a check mark in this box, or it will not cut anything. So SVG files usually do not have the cut lines around them. So I'm going to go ahead and send this over to the machine. I've already picked vinyl glossy because that's what I'm going to do. My speed is at 5, my force is 10, and my blade is at 1. I will go ahead and send this over to my Cameo and then cut it out and put it all back together. All right, total cutting on this was, 20 minutes, half hour. Did put it back together, and it did turn out really nice. I just don't have anything to take a picture with it for you right now and get it into this video. So believe me, but it did turn out really nice. So I hope this answered your questions on how to use the SVG files from the Design Bundle store. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.